Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Silence, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be of about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seatbelt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to Weird Wednesday. We are back from the dead. Can't kill us quite that easy. Although it felt like it could. How's everybody doing? How are you doing, Jamie?
I am doing pretty good. Just trying to figure out why I'm not able to chat on Twitch. It says, welcome to the chat room. I see us on the side. I have a big long white box, but nowhere to type.
But Twitch is all janky.
It's all janky.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Twitch. I rightly don't even halfway understand Twitch, to tell you the honest to God's truth. I'm surprised the show even shows up on. I'm like, I think I'm doing this right. I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not.
It's always like a silly setting, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. I do have one little short Florida man story, and it's near and dear to my heart because I actually know this Florida man that's in this story.
Oh, do tell.
Oh man, it's coming up. It's nothing too crazy, but yeah, I do know the guy, and he's always been, he's always had some loose change in there, and yeah. Well,
you mean like loose change in here?
Yeah. He's always been a little squirrely. Great guy. I mean, I've known him forever, but you never know, he's done some kind of crazy things. Well, he did something else crazy and made it in the news.
Oh no.
Yeah. I got a couple other story. One that was really interesting that I'll get to, but I can start off the first one. Let's see here. Find where my shit's at.
Glasses in your shoes.
My glasses and my shoes. I'll see you with my nub.
With your nub.
Really did it this time. Yeah, you guys may have seen this one around the interwebs. I have a video of it. Is as some of you know, I used to have a reptile business, and you know, plenty used to having handling snakes and lizards and geckos and iguanas and monitors and a little bit of alligators and, you know, just all kinds of reptiles in general. And you know, they're cool. I mean, I've had tons and tons, you know, hundreds of snakes at a time, and you know, you get bit every once in a while. It's no big deal, really. You know, I didn't do venomous snakes because that is a big deal if you get bit by those. I have friends that have had venomous snakes, and yeah, they've been bitten. One of them 11 times now. But yeah, I didn't have any venomous stuff. But you know, it happens, and it's really until you get into the really big snakes. You know, it's not a big deal getting bit by one. I mean, half the time you'd get nailed, and it was like, where'd it bite me? Oh, there's 2 little drops of blood. You know, but this one has to do with reptiles on a different level. This is probably 150, 200-pound alligator, and it was at a kid's birthday party, and I think this was in Utah, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I have the video here, and you know, I had friends, some really good friends that used to do birthday parties. They had alligators, they had monitor lizards, they had snakes of every kind, including about a 14, about 12-foot Burmese python. They had all kinds of snakes.
A good sized gopher can take a chunk out of you.
Oh yeah, definitely. And they did tons of parties and stuff, you know, and never really had a problem. But this one, I'll play the video here, and this girl's lucky that there were some people here that kind of took action. And I don't know the whole situation here, but you know, to be handling reptiles of this size and stuff, you know, I'm wondering if it's like anybody there it's a business, it's a store, and they do parties and stuff on the side, but there doesn't appear to be anybody else here but the girl that is, you know, showing the reptiles. And when you're handling, you know,
there's certain things you gotta do,
yeah, I mean,
and have handy.
Yeah, it's good to have another person there, you know.
Yeah, with the stick and the bag and the thing.
Yeah, just in case, you know.
Just in case.
I have a really good friend that he used to work at the alligator farm, and he's only got one arm.
The germaphobe developer only got one arm.
You know, alligators they're cool, but yeah, you know, they got a mouthful of teeth. Mama said alligator they so angry because they got so many teeth and no toothbrush.
Because they own it. The biggest I had was Burmese, and then I was like, yeah,
they get big. Well, here's this video. Let me see. Let me turn the sound down because it's kind of crazy. But this is interesting. It gets pretty riled up.
And do something really quick. It's going to be kind of boring for 1 second, but then once he's in the water, we'll do more of the
Alligator's like pissed right at the beginning.
Whoa.
She's like, whoa.
Oh no. Oh no.
Death row.
Problem here.
Now this guy in the yellow shirt was apparently just a parent that was there. He's not like a worker or anything. He just saw that this girl is in deep shit and this alligator's like gonna rip her arm off. So he just takes the initiative and jumps in here.
Did he just snap something over the jaw or no? Oh God, there's kids.
You hold this. Hold this.
He's just kind of talking to her now, and she's just got her arm propped up there. Still got her arm in the alligator's mouth.
You need one here. You need one in here.
And the alligator at this point isn't wanting to eat her as food or anything. It would be for like protection, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you know, he was
Like if he was threatened.
She was gonna feed him. I mean, he was. All right, now she's got her arm out. She's out of there. Now Dad's still on the alligator.
He's like, this is the last goddamn birthday party I chaperone.
No.
She's telling him to stand up, and he's like, ah.
Hey.
Amy!
Come here.
She's dead.
In West Valley.
So yeah, that was a. That's one of those birthday parties that, you know, you're a little kid. You're probably what, 6, 7 years old. You will never forget that birthday party. You'll be 90 years old and you'll be like, remember that birthday party we had? You can't buy memories like that.
Well, you hear that child like, Daddy.
Yeah, just reading a little bit of it real quick. Like, I won't read the whole thing, but a man leapt into action to save an animal handler when the alligator attacked her at a children's birthday party. Lindsley Bull, 31, an alligator trainer at Scales and Tails, a petting zoo in West Valley City, Utah, was feeding a 150-pound alligator when things took a terrifying turn. The gator, known as Darth Gator, bit down hard on her hand and began pulling her into the tank. Initially, it was like, oh, he bit me. But then he really bit down hard, and that's when I realized, okay, this is going to be serious. When the 8-foot-long reptile began thrashing Bull around in the water in what's known as the death roll, Donnie Wiseman, 48, a father at the birthday party with his stepson, leapt into action. He jumped into the tank on the alligator's back, wrestling the reptile and attempting to free Bull from its vice-like grip. Wiseman's wife, Teresa, caught the harrowing moment on video. But yeah, it goes on and talks about, you know, the pet store, and she had to have some surgery done and blah, 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 but she's doing good. She's going to have a full recovery. And the Petting Zoo's Facebook page also thanked all the people who helped her through the incident, including the one bystander with a nursing background who performed some first aid until the EMTs arrived. But yeah, that's the kind of shit you can get yourself into if you ain't paying attention with a big reptile. They can be all lovey-dovey, and, you know, like Jason hates snakes, and you know, a lot of people are like, the only good snake's a dead snake. But literally, I mean, I've had hundreds and hundreds of them, and some of them do have their own personalities. People are like, reptiles don't have personalities. They're just
Yes, they do.
Yep, they do.
My snake used to sleep in my shirt, and he was just the sweetest thing ever. He would come to me when I called him. I don't even know if we're on Twitch right now. Screw it. I don't know what's going on.
But yeah,
Mm.
that's definitely a birthday party not to forget. Just like my friend that worked at the alligator farm. I bet all those tourists that were there that day watching him feed the alligators, that's some shit they will never, ever forget. That was a vacation from hell. Remember that back in 1989 when we saw that guy get his arm bit off by an alligator right in front of us?
Yeah.
You don't forget stuff like that.
Mm-mm.
That's worth the price of admission that day. Probably had nightmares from it, but yeah.
Like PTSD
Yeah.
every time he sees an alligator handbag.
Yeah, I bought from a friend of mine who unfortunately passed away. God, I got so many friends that have died. Anyways, all my friends are dead. That song.
Yeah.
I bought 5 rainbow boas from him, and one of them was blind.
Boas.
Yeah, he was like, I can't get these damn things to breed, so I bought them from him, and I got them to breed with no problem. I had tons and tons of babies, but one of them was blind,
Aw.
and I was, I guess, sometimes when they shed, their eye caps will get stuck, and I guess when it was a youngling, its eye caps got stuck, and nobody got them off, and it just screwed Snake's eyes up, and he was blind, or she was blind, but they were all about between 5 and 6 feet, and I picked her up one day, and I was standing in the kitchen, walking around the house with her, and she's just cruising around, and cruising all around, and she just went down my arm and bam, just bit the shit out of me. And I was like, damn it, Snake just bit me. And it's more of a scare thing than a hurt. It doesn't really hurt, and she just nailed me, little fine teeth, but I'm bleeding. There's blood running down my arm. And what's Darcy doing? She's just howling, laughing. I get this blind snake that just bit the crap out of me, and she thought it was the funniest thing. I was like, here, you hold him. But hey, what do you expect when you're holding a blind snake and you've been handling rats?
Yeah, you smell like food.
Yeah, my arm smelled like dinner, apparently.
Smelled like chicken.
She was just letting me know she was there. I was like,
Wasn't her fault. She's just being a snake.
Yep.
What'd you think, man? Just being a snake. Alright, so do we have in my mess tonight? I was so hoping the Bean and the Peen was a real article.
Bean and the Peen.
Yeah, and then Yahoo pulled it. Okay, so a spaceship caught on camera by real eyewitness, and it's very clear footage. And so we're going to read this article, and you're going to see the picture of it, which looks like a military craft to me. And then there's 2 TikTok videos, if he's able to play them, where people across the country, there's actually been a lot of the sightings. I only saved 2 of the videos, where people see, government bringing these very large crafts around. So we can't just assume because we're seeing things like this that they are UFOs. There are a lot of military crafts being shipped around right now, which is another curiosity why, what they're getting ready for. But I don't think this is a UFO. As far as I can tell, okay. As far as I can tell from looking at the video of this, what I can describe it as a spaceship. It's real. Oh, believe me, I've given myself a real hard time trying to convince myself that it's real. But guys, it really does look like it's definitely a genuine UFO. So please don't troll me, or anyone else for that matter, because it genuinely looks like one. So thank you. And then it says, so let's assume that this is real, but what is it? Give us your best advice. I'm starting with the post with a question about what this craft even is, because it looks like nothing else I've ever seen before. I'm reaching out to you to get your vast ocean of knowledge to bear down on this conundrum. And let's hope we can figure out what we have here. Firstly, and I'm not going to read all this because it's just so not up to par in my book. So yeah, what do you guys think that looks like to you? Do you think that looks like a UFO?
It's weird. It's like it does, you know, in a way. I mean, it's definitely, you know, I don't know what the hell it is, but it looks like it has propulsion more like, you know, a rocket or a plane or something would.
Mm-hmm.
Majority of UFOs that are sighted don't appear to have visible propulsion, whereas this thing, you know, I don't know, it's like shooting out whatever out of the back of it, but it's
Exactly.
pretty freaking weird looking. I mean, if I saw that flying over my head, I'd be like, what the hell? What in the Betty Crocker butt whacking is that?
I would just think it was a military craft.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if you've got those Twitter.
Yeah, I think I got one of them here.
And these are interesting. I mean, it's cool when you see them on the road like that. And there's been sightings of them all over the country. It just makes me curious what they're getting ready for.
Is that one of them?
This is one of them.
All right.
HP if it was a UFO. He said it was a big rock.
Ain't no damn rock.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Love TikTok.
Just wait for it. It's coming.
That's what she said.
We are on a water drought. So stop freaking watering your grass.
You can like so tell the age.
What the hell are they hiding?
All right, here we go. So that's pretty big, pretty interesting. Something like that could fit in something like that.
Yeah.
And then this one is another one where it just, I had it like
If
run
it
through
was a
twice, and it's more like a saucer shape. And I think it's under a tarp, but it'll go by like twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's pretty trippy looking.
But when you see these up in the sky, I mean, it's really hard to distinguish now between like military and that's like a TO3. I can't remember. Craft.
Yeah.
But it is hard to tell, you know, what is a UFO. I mean, technically, UFO is an unidentified object. I can identify it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, that's what's so weird nowadays is, you know, we're getting I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. We're getting used to seeing so much weird shit that when you actually do see some weird shit, you're not really that. It's like, yeah, okay, that's pretty weird, you know.
Like
What do you have for one
desensitized to it.
There you go. Yeah, desensitized. That's what I was looking for. You know, which is, I mean, maybe that's the plan. Maybe they're slowly desensitizing us, and you know, so when the aliens do actually land on the White House lawn, and you know, it's like Independence Day or whatever that movie was.
Not like War of the Worlds or
Yeah.
freaking the Fluck Out.
Yeah,
The Flock Out.
the flock. Yeah. Who knows? I mean,
Curious. I'm curious.
I've always thought that we weren't alone. There's something out there. Don't know what the hell it is exactly, but
It's something.
it's something.
Something big.
It's damn show something.
Some they don't want us to know about.
This story is a trip. You know, sometimes you meet people and, you know, they leave an impression on you. And sometimes, you know, not to quote what's her name, but let's circle back, you know. Um, Sometimes you meet somebody and, you know, it may be years on down the road that you run into them again. And this story is, it's cool. It's a little bit fascinating. It's a little bit sad. It's a little bit weird. I don't know if it would be considered paranormal or not. But, you know, when I heard about this happened a couple of years back. I think it was like 2016 or so. But when I heard about this story, it just kind of really kind of set with me. So I don't know. Some of you may have heard about this or seen it, and some of you may not. But I'm going to read the story anyways. I kind of put this together myself because I couldn't really find one to grab off the internet, so I just wrote it myself. Anyway, this is a story about Conrad Rowland. He was a spitfire of a kid. By the age of 4, he discovered athletics and began putting all of his energy into baseball, soccer, basketball, and tennis. By the time he was 11, he was really a good all-around athlete. It was about then that Conrad's school announced that they would have a special guest speaker, and it turned out to be Hall of Fame baseball player Rod Carew. Conrad was amazed at the presence of a real professional athlete of that stature. When he got home, that's all he could talk about was how he wanted to be a professional athlete, just like Rod Carew. Most kids dream, you know, being a baseball player or basketball player and this or that, but it kind of fades away, you know, when they find new interests. And but Rod Carew had made such an impression on young Conrad that he never wavered and did in fact become a professional athlete. He was a player in the NFL, and in 2012 he started nearly every game for the New York Jets as a tight end. His career was going great, and then in 2013 he suffered a pretty hardcore knee injury that put him out of play time in the NFL for quite some time. He did regain his strength back, but then, you know, it took over a year, and a lot of teams were kind of scared to take him back on as they thought, you know, his knee might just give out again. But he didn't give up. In 2016, he was visiting his family, and he was talking to his mom, and he was filling out a driver's license renewal form. And he asked his mom, he said, "Hey, are you an organ donor?" And she said, "Yeah, I am." And he said, "Okay, I will be too." So he checked off the box for organ donor. A few months later, Conrad was working out in a local gym, and he had experienced a sudden and very painful, severe headache. He tried to continue working out, but just couldn't do it because of the pain. He had some kind of like clicking noise, you know, in his head, and he just got this intense headache. He called his mom, and his dad was a doctor actually, and you know, he had mentioned it to him and said, "Hey, I'm working out. I had this like click sound in my head, and now I've got this intense headache, you know, blah blah blah." So they wanted him to go to the hospital and get it checked out, and he ended up going to UCLA that day. And unfortunately, he was quickly diagnosed with a brain aneurysm. It was 4 days later that that brain aneurysm burst, and Conrad never regained consciousness. Because he was an organ donor, they kept him on life support and called people at the top of the list. The one they called was a man in his 70s, and he had suffered a major heart attack and needed a heart transplant as well as a kidney. When he got the call, he couldn't believe it, and couldn't believe that his life was about to be saved because, you know, he had a donor. Him and his wife made plans and left for the hospital that day. Later that evening, they actually did the surgery. News out of the operating room was that the transplant had been successful. Um, now's where it gets weird. Come to find out, the man that Conrad's heart and left kidney had just saved was none other than the Baseball Hall of Famer Rod Carew that he met when he was a kid. That's where it got weird. Conrad's childhood hero he's the one who influenced him to become a professional athlete. Rod Carew's jersey number was 29. When Conrad passed away, he was 29 years old. The families live about 12 miles apart. Conrad's mother was given an open invitation to come by anytime she wanted to hear her son's heartbeat. And since then, the families have bonded and they're really close and they do stuff together. But I just thought it was pretty bizarre that, this is the guy that he met when he was a kid, influenced him so heavily to become a professional athlete, and then that ends up happening.
Is that like serendipity?
Something, yeah. I don't know what the word for it is, but that's pretty damn weird.
It's pretty damn like crazy, awesome, weird.
Yeah, I mean, sucks that he croaked, but hey, I'm sure if it's the guy that impressed him so much as a kid, it's pretty awesome that his heart and left kidney ended up saving that guy's life.
Wow.
Stranger things have happened.
That to be true.
What's up? Amy Vickery's in the house. She's a good friend of mine and awesome musician.
So for the next one, this is just a screenshot I saw. I want to get you guys' opinions. Now, this husband took a picture of his wife sleeping on the plane. It's a quite unflattering photo. He then went and had the photo tattooed on his arm. The wife was completely mortified. I don't remember if she divorced or not, or threatened it, but she was not happy. When you see the photo, you'll see why. So they had a great debate about this. If your significant other tattooed an unflattering photo of you on their body like that, would that be a yay, a nay, divorce? Or would you, are you a good sport? Would you go along with it?
They did pretty decent artwork.
They really did. For a portrait?
Yeah. They accented the rolls under her neck a little bit more,
Yeah, the shadowing like down her her neck, like her actual chest.
Yeah.
But they captured the moment and captured his face. Some people said, now that is a man who is not going to cheat on his wife.
Oh, damn. Well, tattoo's not going to go away. So she can either live with it or leave it.
And so since that was a short one, American Airlines, and when I was reading this the other day, I thought, wait a second, didn't we just have another person duct taped to their seat? And didn't we have another person duct taped to their seat recently? I'm starting to think they leave duct tape on the planes for this very reason.
Yeah, really.
American Airlines staff duct taped an 11-year-old boy to seat in a viral video. This is the latest incident of airline staffers using duct tape to curb out an out-of-control passenger. An 11-year-old child flying American Airlines reportedly became so unruly during the flight that he had to be duct taped to his seat. The flight from Maui to Los Angeles was diverted to Honolulu Tuesday afternoon after the boy got into a physical altercation with his mother and allegedly tried to kick out a window.
Oh, that's a good thing to do on a plane.
And this was August 12th. We were still in sickly quarantine then, so I had saved it. According to witnesses, the child became disruptive about an hour into the flight, and several passengers ultimately helped a staff member duct tape him to the seat. A video obtained appears to show the child being restrained. According to the report, no one was injured during the incident. This disruption forced the flight to be diverted to Hawaii's capital, Honolulu. Once landed, the boy was taken into police custody, according to the report. The airline confirmed an email statement that the incident involved an 11-year-old minor report, a minor 11-year-old minor, despite reports he was a teenager, and that the child was restrained with flex cuffs. Flight 212 from Kalalua Airport, Maui to LAX diverted to another airport due to an incident with a passenger on board, an American Airlines representative said in a statement. After landing at 3:47, customers were reaccommodated on other flights or provided hotel accommodations. All because of one little shit. Safety and security is our top priority, and we apologize to our customers for any inconvenience this has caused. I would be pissed.
Yeah, all that hell just because of one little unruly kid. If that was me when I was that age, my mom and dad would have wore my ass out.
They would have beat your ass with a belt and then tied you to the seat with it when
Yep.
they was done.
Yeah, and then getting off the plane, they'd have been beating my ass all the way through the airport. They'd have been beating my ass.
I guarantee you're not going to have no fun.
Yeah, they'd be beating my ass because I was being a little shit, and then they'd be beating my ass because I just embarrassed the hell out of them.
Exactly.
And they'd beat my ass in front of everybody. They wouldn't care. But no, can't touch a kid nowadays.
No, except, these people all got together and just thought, yeah, let's just strap this little shit in. I think if you press play, it kind of shows them, I don't know if it works, kind of strapping them down.
Let me try the other one here.
If not, it's not a big deal. It's just basically the backs of the guys strapping the kid down. You don't get to hear any hollering or nothing.
Yeah, my mom was the sweetest, kindest lady in the world, but yeah, pulled something like this, she got beat my ass with no hesitation.
She did
LAX
not
caught on
play.
camera. Witnesses tell us tonight a 13-year-old boy tried kicking the window out next to his seat and became physical with his own mother.
We're told it happened 1 hour into that American Airlines flight from Maui. Fellow passengers helping restrain the boy. And then appeared a flight attendant duct taped that child to his seat. The plane was then diverted to Honolulu. The boy was then taken into custody and no one was injured.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have sat down for like 6 months after that. I probably wouldn't have been able to walk. But, at the same time, I wouldn't have done that.
No, and I wouldn't have done that either.
Because I would have known what was coming. Yeah. Man, kids these days, I don't know. I couldn't be a teacher. I couldn't be a teacher because I don't have the patience. My aunt was a teacher and she had high school and she told me some of the stuff she had to put up with. I'm like, oh, hell no. I'd have killed somebody.
My early childhood development, early childhood degrees, all that, don't want to do over 10 years old. Once they're 10, nah. I'm good with the young ones where everything's brand new and they're little sponges. I don't like when they talk back. And nowadays the disrespect is just horrible.
Yeah. So this one is here in St. Augustine, and it's not quite, well, it could be a Florida man story. Yeah, I shake my head. I'm like, I don't know why. I know this guy. Like, I personally know know this guy, and he's always been, great guy, great guitar player. He's always been a little crazy though. And now he's been arrested. A St. Augustine man is being charged with disorderly conduct after allegedly riding around on a bike with a gun, claiming he was going to save the beach. And just a little bit about the beach, where you may have seen my pictures where I've been fishing at, is my like home turf where I grew up at, pretty much Volano Beach. And they are like completely raping the beach over there. They're like, just, it used to be this quiet little quaint little cool beach, and they're just like tearing all the shit out of there, and they're building these high rise. Yeah, it's out of control, in the name of progress, whatever. You're just greedy, money grubbing assholes. Anyways,
Do people burn it down?
no, but a long time ago, one of the first hotels that was actually built there, it did get burnt down.
They built a hotel out across from my aunt's on Highway 1 by the Pigeon Point Harbor. And it's a beautiful hotel, but all the people that live on the hill in El Granada can look over and see the pier, see the water. Well, this hotel on the other side of the highway completely blocked the view. I believe it was 3 times. Once they got to a certain level of structure, they burned it down. It was basically, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know who did this, but yeah, one of those burned down. Deputies were dispatched to Volano Beach after receiving calls about a man waving a handgun in the air, saying he was going to save the beach. The suspect, Michael James Lee, 41, was spotted by deputies on his bike at the intersection of Sherwood Avenue and First Street, pretty much right where I go fishing. According to the report from the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office, once Lee was told by a responding deputy to show him his hand, Lee responded, "Oh shit, I'm sorry. It's a fake gun. It's plastic. Don't shoot me, man." Lee was unable to provide deputies with a reasonable explanation for his account, but stated, "Hey, man, I probably should be arrested for carrying this gun around. It was a stupid thing to do, okay?"
You can see it in his mugshot face.
Yeah, you can kind of see a little bit of the crazy. Lee was transported to the St. Johns County Jail and is currently being held on a $500 bond. I saw this. I'm just like, damn, dude, really? But, he said, "Hey, I should be arrested. It was a dumb thing to do." At least he was honest.
Yeah. And kind of just like laughing at himself, like, that was a dumb thing to do.
Yeah. Like, dude, the name of the game is to stay out of jail.
Yeah.
Don't do stupid shit and go to jail.
Typically.
Yeah. But
yeah, I heard, it's kind of good in jail right now. A lot of people wanting to go back.
Yep.
They're getting unemployment, they're getting stimulus checks, not gotta do much, making it easier to stay in.
Yeah, I prefer my living room and my kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And having a full bar of soap.
Yeah.
So
you drop it, you're not afraid to bend over and pick it up. Yeah, it's all.
And if you are, that's your own kind of thing.
Yeah, that's true.
So, any of our South Park friends out there remember the famous Mexican restaurant that Cartman absolutely loved? Anybody? Well, South Park creators Matt Stone and Trey Parker say they have bought Casa Bonita. Casa Bonita, Casa Bonita. I actually didn't know this was real until when I posted it the other day, and then a friend of mine from high school said that their food unfortunately sucked. And so hopefully Trey and them, bring it back to the glory day, turn it into something good.
Yeah.
'Cause it's sad to hear something like that. And, it's a restaurant, and the thing that sucks about it is the food. Casa Bonita, the place where millions of Denver kids have celebrated their birthdays, celebrated 45 years in 2019. Since the coronavirus shutdown began March 2020, the Lakewood institution has remained closed indefinitely. The South Park, so is it indigenous to only Denver? The South Park creators just may have. What was that?
It's a big Mexican restaurant, but they have like cliff jumpers and Black Bart's Cave and all kinds of stuff. It's like the Disneyland of Mexican restaurants. This Saturday, awesome!
In the song.
Bonita, Casa Bonita, food and fun and a festive atmosphere. Casa Bonita, who said I'm inviting you? Your mom said you could take 3 friends. Yes, 3 friends. You're not.
Not my
And
friend.
then we might get in trouble for
We should.
the slander. The South Park creators may have fulfilled their promise of buying Colorado institution Casa Bonita. In a live interview Friday morning with Colorado Governor Jared Polis, Matt Stone, Trey Parker announced they will be buying Casa Bonita in a matter of months if their plan goes accordingly. As of about an hour ago, Stone started. So I have to qualify this pending bankruptcy proceedings. We've come to an agreement with the owner and we bought it. The pair were giddy upon announcing the news, as Polis, also genuinely delighted, jumped up to embrace them. It may as well have been the brightest moment in day in what has become a dark year and a half for the industry that lost many long-running establishments. Clearly, Parker and Stone are super fans of the 40-year institution, too. They've played homage to Casa Bonita in more than one episode of South Park, which is a fictionalized town that draws inspiration from Park Country, Colorado. The duo grew up in Conflere and Littleton, respectively, and met while attending university at Colorado Boulder. So they wanted it, they purchased it, and now it's theirs. They said they'll partner with yet to be announced Colorado-based restaurants to do so. Oh, and then they say the one area that we would all love to see an upgrade, and I think I speak on behalf of everybody, is the food could be a little better, he said on Friday. I think it could be a little more than a little better, Stone clarified. So I guess, how am I already on a low battery?
Atmosphere, Casa Bonita, who said I'm inviting you?
Uh-oh.
Food and fun and a festive atmosphere. Casa Bonita, who said
I'm like on red. My thing wasn't even plugged in all the way.
Oh, hell no.
Oops. So yeah. And then they're just going on and on about costs and what's not. So would you go to visit Casa Bonita if they did a overhaul on it?
Sure. I never knew it was real until I saw this.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll be damned. Look at there.
So I'll have to meet in Colorado, Rob, for a date.
There you go.
To Casa Bonita.
Casa Bonita. Casa Bonita date.
We'll have margaritas and food and fun at an affordable price.
There you go. Food and fun at an affordable price. Who can deny that? You know? Yeah. Well, here's another one out of good old St. Augustine. And this isn't really a Florida man. I just thought this was kind of interesting. It's not food and fun at an affordable price, but it is on, I think, Amazon Prime Video for free download. It's St. Johns County man releases a Bigfoot movie on Amazon Prime Video. Bigfoot, the Conspiracy. It's now available on Amazon Prime. Just thought it was interesting because, there's a couple of people here in town. Every now and then I'm driving around and I see this car that's pulling a little trailer, and the trailer's got all this Bigfoot stuff on it. And, like Bigfoot hunting and this and that. And
Bigfoot hunting.
yeah, and then I see another car that has Bigfoot stuff on it. And now apparently there's a guy here in town. I don't know him, but he's made a Bigfoot movie. And as part of his new line of work, St. Johns County resident Chris Simoes, I'm probably butchering his last name. Sorry about that, Chris, if I'm doing that. He's become well acquainted with Bigfoot culture. The filmmaker has traveled with Bigfoot enthusiasts and gone on Sasquatch hunts. He camped in North Georgia with a friend who he describes as a Bigfoot believer who used various calls to try and attract the Sasquatch. My mind always goes back to that story that we covered on Paranormal Soup about the guy that was out there looking for Bigfoot and ended up like getting butt raped by one or something.
Oh God.
What happens in the woods stays in the woods. There's several ways that people believe Bigfoot communicates, Mose said. He knocks on trees like with a stick. So they'll knock on trees. They clack rocks together and they'll hoot and, howl and that kind of thing. So a lot of Bigfoot hunters will go out into the woods and try to mimic their sounds and wait for answers. So far, the trips haven't surfaced any Bigfoot sightings. Smoes has made 2 feature-length films about Bigfoot. His latest, Bigfoot, The Conspiracy, was picked up in December by Amazon Prime Video. After he submitted it for publication, the film has been streamed for millions of minutes so far. He said it's also available on the site in Japan. It's surreal, really. He said he created the film under his new business, Legends Beware. As a kid, I was always so enthralled, I guess, with myths and legends and Bigfoot and that kind of thing, he said. Simoes sat down for an interview with the Record at his home near US 1 South, along with his daughter, Alexa, who's 24. The Record is our local paper, if you can call it that. It's not local. It's not even printed here. It comes out of Orlando now. Why is it our local paper?
Orlando?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It sucks. Anyways, he said he chose the Bigfoot topic for his feature-length film Bigfoot, The Curse of Blood Mountain, which was released in 2014 on Amazon Prime, in part because of the subculture that follows Bigfoot sightings. He said he knew that people would watch it. So, hey, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to go look for it on Amazon Prime. I thought it was cool that, somebody here in my own town made a damn Bigfoot movie, actually made 2. And
yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Nobody here calls it Bigfoot. They call it the skunk ape.
A skunk ape?
Skunk ape is what it's called in Florida. Like some places it's Bigfoot, some places it's Sasquatch, Yeti. It's like that.
Yeah, I've heard Yeti and Sasquatch, Scratch Crotch, all that. I've never heard of what you just said.
Yeah, the Florida skunk ape.
A skunk ape. I don't know.
And I gotta say, I have been out in the woods. The same place that, we were on Paranormal Soup and I mentioned being in the woods, way deep in the woods and having these little orb lights following me coming out of the woods. That same freaking place. We were in the woods because of geocaching. And
because of what?
Geocaching.
Oh, okay.
And we actually, I'm pretty sure we set this in 2006 at the geocache in the woods, and it's called, I think the name of it's like the skunk ape or something, the Florida skunk ape. And you really kind of have to go in at dark. That's what it's designed for. And we had glow tacks like on the trees that take you to where the cache is. And yeah, and it got rated for a while. It was like one of the #1 geocaches in the whole state of Florida.
Holy cow.
Pretty sure it's still running. I have yet to go in there because my buddy that I set it up with, he moved, so he doesn't live here anymore. So if I go to tend the damn cache, I got to go in there by myself or find a sucker friend to go with me. But yeah, I went way back in the woods. It's kind of weird back in there, especially at night. And
I saw the cache I gotta put back from so long ago.
they talk about the skunk, stinking. And man, I was back in there one evening just before sundown, and it stunk. It smelled like apes and farts, and there was something crashing around in the wood. In the woods,
like apes and farts.
Apes and farts. Yep. It smelled like if you could
like dead carcass ape fart,
like just a big gorilla,
or just ape fart.
Yeah, just ape farts. I don't know. I was having all kinds of weird thoughts in my head. I was like, man, I want to get the hell out of here before I run into skunk ape, Sasquatch, Yeti, Bigfoot.
Isn't that the name of a strain of weed also, skunk ape?
I think so. Oh, look, I'm getting all blurry. Speaking of weed. No, there, I'm clear again. Well, that's all I got.
Skunk ape marijuana strain. Yes, it is. Okay, learn something new.
Learn something new.
I've got...
Yeah, like sulfur. Yeah, it smelled like boiled eggs and ape butt.
Boiled egg what now?
Boiled eggs and ape butt.
See, I'm trying to think like where you'd smell an ape fart. I guess at the zoo when you go there, there's plenty of ape farts around there.
Yeah.
But then an actual ape butt.
And if you remember, I have this weird thing about apes and gorillas that they kind of freak me out.
That's I forgot about that.
Yeah. So I would kind of probably suck as a Bigfoot hunter because we'd be in the woods, way back in the woods, and I'd be like, oh man, it smells like gorilla farts, and then Bigfoot I'd just be like, just run through the woods.
Jumping the fence and turning on the car.
Yeah. Everybody would be like, no, Rob, it's not the ape that's pooping, it's you, man.
I was wondering, I thought, Rob would run from Sasquatch. I thought maybe the smell is that rancid that he would have to run from Sasquatch. Forgetting about your ape thing.
Yeah, I kind of have that. Yeah. Put me in a pit with 100 snakes, I'm good. Put me in a dark room with one monkey, I'll lose my freaking mind.
Well, I've got a couple different things. What I'm going to do, because I want to talk about the serial killer. Do you want to do the major UFO sighting?
Yeah.
I'll give that to you. And then, so we've got, then I have Taco Bell, astrology, and then we have that picture of the one that Rose gave us of the 5,000-year-old prosthetic eye.
I don't have that one.
That picture?
Yeah. I thought I did, but I don't.
Okay. I sent it. If it doesn't come over, don't worry about it. But I'm going to start with Taco Bell. And where else would you get your, Zodiac news from than Taco Bell?
Oh, exactly. That's That's my preferred method. I mean,
I heard about this and I had to Google it the other night. Taco Bell says that tourists would choose a chicken quesadilla. Well, this tourist would not choose the chicken quesadilla. I would choose a quesadilla with not the chicken. So they got it wrong for me. But have you ever wondered what you should be eating based have you ever wondered what you should be eating based on your zodiac sign? Well, Taco Bell wants to help that make that decision easier. I guarantee whatever we should be eating under zodiac would not be coming from Taco Bell. Over on Twitter, Taco Bell is going all out and letting us know exactly which menu item of the zodiac sign should be enjoying. But they don't stop there. They're actually breaking things down by our sun, moon, and rising signs. This means that if you are truly all about the zodiac and know all of the signs associated with your birth chart, then Taco Bell has you covered. Taco Bell has been researching the zodiac, comparing their menu items with our signs. Personally, I am a Leo, in the sun sign at the very least. So I was curious to see what they would pair with me. And I was shocked to see one of my favorite items as the choice for my zodiac sign. According to Taco Bell, Leo's sun should be ordering a Crunchwrap Supreme. This is so stupid. And while the sun sign is the primary menu item, they do a deeper dive. We get an idea of sauces we should be snagging and even the sides we might love. Whether or not you're a zodiac person or not, whether or not you are a zodiac person or not, it is a lot of fun to see what Taco Bell would pair us with food-wise based on our signs. So what are the signs paired with? Okay, get ready. Aries is a crunchy taco. Taurus is a chicken quesadilla. Gemini is a burrito supreme. Cancer is a chalupa supreme. Leo is a Crunchwrap Supreme. Virgo is Nachos Belgrande. Libra is Nacho Taco Supreme. Scorpio is Black Bean Chalupa. Sagittarius is a Cheesy Gordita Crunch. Capricorn is a beefy 5-layer burrito. Aquarius is a power menu bowl. Don't even know. Pisces is loaded taco fries. This is not the first time a chain has given us some fun with the zodiac, but this might be the most in-depth. After all, they gave us our sun signs, our moon signs, and our rising signs. What do you think, guilty eaters? Does your sign match your favorite menu item? What were you paired in? Let us know.
what was I? A crunchy 5-layer beef?
Yeah, you are a crunchy 5-layer like gordita or something, which actually kind of sounded good.
Crunchy 5 layers of beef and beans. A giant turd builder.
I think I'm just hungry. Yeah, you're a beefy you're a beefy 5-layer burrito.
Beefy 5-layer burrito. That's my new stage name. Yo, beefy 5-layer burrito, get your ass up on the stage.
So I'd rather be a crunchy taco
Yeah,
or a nacho.
nachos Belgrande.
hmm
Yeah.
But if they gave me chicken, I never order chicken from Taco Bell.
You know, I don't usually eat at fast food places anymore. And
Me neither.
like I make some hella bomb tacos and burritos and stuff. And it was, I don't know, it was a couple months ago. I was hungry and I hadn't had anything to eat. And I was like, oh, I'll just swing in and get some tacos at Taco Bell. God, they sucked. They were horrible. They were all soggy.
Oh,
Soggy tacos. I'm
was
like,
it crunch? Was it supposed to be crunchy shell?
yeah. And they were all
No.
like they had put the meat in there and, you know, let them sit. Ain't nobody want no damn soggy ass taco.
Nobody wants a wet taco.
Yeah. Yeah, I was not too thrilled.
No.
And you know, you used to be able to go to holy shit, that scared the crap out of me. You used to be able to go to what the hell is going on? Do y'all hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Good grief. I don't know what's happening.
It's loading itself up.
Yeah, Taco Bell ghosts are like, quit talking bad about us.
Or we will.
That just totally threw my train of thought off the rail. So I don't even know what I was talking about.
You were talking about
soggy tacos.
soggy tacos and making your own tacos.
Yep. Don't know where I was going.
I made some bomb ass fajitas. But no, not into the fast food anymore.
Yeah.
Soggy tacos.
Soggy tacos. Ain't nobody got time for that. So
Somewhat watery tacos.
what I don't know what's happening here.
Is it when we say wet taco?
Yeah. Something's going on with the wet tacos.
Anthony, would you program that?
Yeah. All right, now my computer screen's froze up. Technical difficulties here. All right. I'm going to do this one you sent me. If that's a real picture, if that's anywhere close to being real, that's pretty freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Is it? No, can't be. I don't know. It says UFOs or UAPs. I'm not calling them UAPs.
No, I'll never call it a UAP.
No, it's a UFO, damn it. That's what
I don't know if this is one my mom sent me.
UAPs, as the Pentagon calls them, have been all the rage again in pop culture, fueled not only by a glut of television shows and podcasts on the subject, but also thanks to some very notable, I think it's supposed to be fairly notable disclosures of the information. That's bad when I make grammar checks on stuff. Jeez, because I can't spell for shit. The disclosures of information made by the U.S. government in recent months. There's still no consensus as to what it is that we're seeing. However, there's no shortage of what we're seeing of new sightings to pour over either. The latest comes from Canada, where both military passenger plane occupants reported seeing a highly unusual sight. According to the Aviation Incident Report posted on the night of August 11th, both flights reported seeing a bright green flying object that flew into a cloud, then disappeared into a stretch of open water between Quebec and Newfoundland. The KLM passenger flight, KLM 618, was traveling from Boston to Amsterdam, while the Canadian military transport aircraft, CFC 4003, was flying between CFB Trenton and a base on Ontario and Cologne, Germany. Few other details were made available in the report, which appeared in CADOR's Canadian Government Flight Incident Archive. In a previous story, Vice World News showed that this digital database contains dozens of UFO reports from airlines such as Air Canada, Porter, and WestJet. In June, investigations Vice World News revealed how Canadian military personnel have been reporting UFOs for decades. Once taboo, military leaders around the world are growing more comfortable admitting to the sightings, thanks in no particular part to the aforementioned report by American DoD that unequivocally confirms both that the military have been experiencing such encounters and that they have no idea what they're looking at. It's a damn UFO, man.
Mm-hmm.
UAP. It's a damn unidentified flying object. A little spaceman and stuff. Why does my butt hurt when I woke up in the morning? Damn, them little boys got long fingers. I'm sorry. I just kind of start going and then, go off.
Okay, let's see. Go off the deep end.
But yeah, back to what I was saying earlier, you know, we're getting desensitized.
Go off the deep end.
We see a UFO and go, damn, ain't that peculiar?
Dude, we see anything now. Like,
Then
I
you go
think
back,
there's a head laying in the street.
yeah, you go back to eating your Taco Bell. It's like, damn, I think
Mhm.
I've seen a UFO today.
Yeah, watching them dismember bodies as we're like eating a steak.
Yeah.
Desensitized to a lot.
Yeah, sushi, W. Sushi's one of those things that, like, either people like it or they hate it.
Like cilantro too. Either people
Hey.
like cilantro or hate
Yeah,
cilantro.
that's true. That's true. See, like
And
that.
beets
Yeah. Oh yeah, beets. Beets are one.
and
that-
Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, Brussels sprouts. You're a no Brussels sprouter, and I love
I
them.
think it's in the DNA. I think some of that actually has to do with DNA when we were like studying the whole DNA spit crap that we did.
Yeah. It's like Debbie's like, I love Asian foods. Love me some sushi. Right under it, Rose is like, no sushi for me. Yuck. It's a love or hate thing.
Yeah, and then some people like sushi, or don't like sushi, but they'll eat the California rolls that has like the cucumber and
Yeah.
avocado and the rice.
Yeah.
Some like that really gross, squiggly raw
Yeah.
squigs.
I don't go for like I like sushi, you know, and I like yellowtail tuna and
Hmm.
all that stuff, and ceviche. If ceviche's done right, man, it's amazing.
Hmm.
But yeah, some of the weird shit. I've eaten some really weird shit in Costa Rica. I ate like octopus and squid and like I ate something that looked like a penis. I don't know. To this day, I don't know what it was, and I
It's
tried to.
probably one of those sea things that comes out of the ground.
Yeah,
Those
just-
weird sand penises.
yeah. Had this big platter of kind of sushi stuff, and I'm just eating it, and I'm like, yeah, this is good. This is good. What the hell is this?
You see that chick on TikTok where she'll take that, it's like a snail thing, and she
Yeah.
smacks its head, and it's like, and then it squirts, and then she's like, rips the head off.
Yeah,
And it's just like, oh, that's horrible for that poor clam. It's a gooseneck clam or something. Poor thing. And she's like, bad, bad, bad. And it looks like a limp penis. And then it squirts out. And it's like, God, that is a horrible way to go. And then she just bites the head off. Like,
yeah.
do you really have to, like, do that to your food before you eat it? The seawater comes out. People dig that shit. I think it's horrible.
Yeah, I don't like my food moving when I'm eating it. Nope.
No, and then she's like beating it. Like, I feel sorry for it.
Just like fishing. I mean, I love, the other night I went fishing, I brought home fish, I cleaned it, cooked it. I mean, that's how much fresher can you get, right out of the ocean, right into the pan. What the hell, man? This is freaking me out. Why is it doing this?
Oh, wait, what were we talking about again? Wait, no. What was it before? What was the word? Do we say it again? Fish? Oh, taco. What taco?
Tacos. That's like really loud in my ears. I don't know if y'all hear it as loud as I do. But,
Not as loud as you hear it.
but yeah. And I
But
love-
you're not beating the fish, torturing it, and then ripping its head off while it's alive.
Yeah, I mean, even with fish, or hunting or anything, I mean, if I keep it, I eat it, and there's a part of me that I mean, it sucks, because you're actually killing an animal, to eat it. So I kind of, whatever, however you want to look at it, say a little blessing of thanks or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because hell, it could be something bigger, It could be the aliens one day eating us. We could be. But yeah, some fresh fish sure be tasting good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've been out with some people before that, they'll catch anything, and if they don't want to keep it, it's a shit fish, and they'll kill it, and
Yeah, they're just asses. And if they fish with me like that,
yeah,
I can make it a bad time real fast. I have no problem with it either. God, it'll make your dick feel a little bit bigger to do that.
yeah.
So, Canadian serial killer used his landscaping. I just don't even, anybody that has to be a dick to stuff. It's like, there's no reason to be a dick. And I can be a bigger dick. Canadian. Oh, I opened the wrong part is why. Canadian serial killer used his landscaping business to hide the bodies of his dismembered victims. And this is hard to read. According to a documentary airing on the Oxygen Network, Bruce MacArthur, Canada's most notorious and brutal serial killer, uses his skills as a landscaper to hide the remains of his victims among the homes of his clients. The narration of the true crime documentation goes, Karen. Fraser had no idea what was going on when police arrived at her home and said she had 5 minutes to leave. Half of me was backing away and staring in horror, she tells the filmmakers. The other half was trying to think clearly. They didn't have a search warrant I was fully aware of. I really didn't have to pay any attention to them if I didn't want to. Half of me was backing. So continues, but when the officer said a serious crime had been committed, Bruce MacArthur had been arrested, I then knew it was serious. The officer was clearly upset, so something big was happening. That was the first of many decisions to have faith in the system. So we cooperated and left. In 2018, MacArthur was accused of sexually assaulting, killing, and dismembering men he met in Toronto's Gay Village district. At the time of the arrest, the 69-year-old was storing his landscaping equipment at Fraser's home in exchange for mowing her lawn and taking care of the yard. Fraser was horrified to learn that the quiet, mild-mannered family man, landscaper, and mall Santa was responsible for such heinous crimes. Someone is innocent until proven guilty, she explained. Just because the police believed he was guilty didn't make him guilty. I defended him for a while. That's when the detective just said to me one night, Karen, don't waste your sympathy on that man. We've never had as much evidence against someone as we have against him. Don't waste your good feelings on that man. And that was it. At one point, Fraser said there were rumors of gay men disappearing from the village. She even saw flyers posted up of missing men. However, she never suspected MacArthur could possibly be involved. I never once saw him lose his temper with anyone, she said. He was considerate, generous, and cheerful. Deadly disappearances. She recalled meeting a person, a 40-year-old who moved to Canada from Sri Lanka in the 90s as a refugee. Bruce had always had people helping him, she said, so I didn't think much of it. But I remember so-and-so being very charming. He attracted your attention right away. Fabulous smile. He was well-dressed, always laughing, and I never saw him again. That person disappeared September 2010. Fraser also remembered encountering another person who kept an apartment. He was trying to work, felt sorry for him. She tried to email him, never got a response. Her son reported him missing the fall of 2012. Fraser would later learn that the men were 2 of 8 victims MacArthur killed. The remains of 7 men were found in large planters at her home. The remains of the 8th man were found in a ravine behind the same property. To her horror, Fraser told filmmakers, "On a hot day, if we saw the flowers drooping a bit, my partner and I would water them." She said, "So we were watering the planters where the victims were
Gnarly.
buried. I can't give you words to describe how incredibly horrible that was and cruel. Just every negative word you can come up with. Sometimes your mind just gets overwhelmed." In 19, he pled guilty to 8 counts, first-degree murder, sexual assault, forcible confinement. Some of the victims were strangled. Most were Middle Eastern, South Asian, Canadian. Serial killers often select victims they feel will not be missed. So, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta wonder how the hell people sleep at night. Yeah, like that. I guess they just don't have any conscience whatsoever. That's why they're like that.
They gotta be.
Yeah, I mean it's bad enough, assaulting someone, and having that on your conscience, but then to know that you like killed them, chopped them up, like hit them in a flower pot. I mean, come on.
I hope they get like plagued with nightmares.
Yeah, or something else worse. I don't know. There's something to say for, how they used to do things back in the old days. Make criminals think twice about doing shit nowadays.
That's for sure.
Oh, man.
So you want to pop your box on for a little bit since it's like rearing to go?
I don't know if it's going to work or not, but it's been acting crazy.
Just around.
Is it the spirits that were making my ghost box pop with that crazy noise? Who's here with us this evening? Is there somebody that wants to talk? Yeah, Zariana used to watch that show all the time. Who's here with us tonight? We are. Did it say we are or weird? Hey. We can hear you. Can you hear us?
He's like me. What do you guys think about everything going on? Is it different?
Hang on this.
Do the spirits have to deal with any of the weird coronavirus stuff in the spirit world?
Do the
Do the spirits get put on lockdown?
when she guess that way.
Or wonder why the living are walking around with their faces covered. They're like, oh, we know what's going on.
It was just into the fire.
What do you think of the way the world is right now?
What if we got a spirit that was from the coronavirus?
Yeah, really?
I always think that when we do the hurricane ones.
I'm not gonna.
You might want to ask your question again, though, because I cut it off.
What do the spirits think of the way the world is right now? Is it going to get better or is it going to get worse?
Tricky. It's fire inside the fuck.
If some of you want to help me with a chill out spell for that certain girl later, if you want to help, can you give me a verification by maybe making a horse noise? Like a neigh. Can you make a horse noise?
In wild.
What do you guys think of all the earthquakes and the fires and everything that's happening around the world?
See how the one from Haiti to Alaska was like a perfect line across like North and South America?
Yeah.
Azariana would like to know if there's any messages for us about human survival of the world. Is there anything that us as humans should be doing? What are the train sounds? That's weird. Did that sound weird in your headphone?
Yeah.
Did Rob have his guardian angel watching over him while he was recovering?
To enlighten someone.
Heard something about sisters and something in the window.
Yeah.
Family.
Family? No.
Was my mom here in spirit watching over me?
More. Your end. You hate it.
Did you say something about sauces?
We should say it too.
Like coffee?
Did the spirit see my blender mishap the other day when I was making hot sauce? Yeah, I was making some sauce the other day, and I've never had this happen before. I use a Vitamix blender, you know. It's a pretty
First time for everything.
Yeah, man, first time for everything. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna I threw the sun-dried tomatoes in the blender, and I had this big huge pot of sauce that was boiling, and I took a big measuring cup, got some of that out, put it in with the sun-dried tomatoes, put the lid on, put the tamper in the top, turned it on, and that shit exploded. I had boiling hot sauce all over me, all over my kitchen counter, all over the bar. That shit went all the way into the living room. I'm surprised it wasn't on the ceiling. Took me like an hour and a half to clean up the whole house.
Did it leave like little streaks of like hecka clean? Like, you know, when you get the oily backsplash, like on your kitchen walls sometimes from frying? Did the hot sauce like eat through any grime you might have had?
No, burnt the hell out of my arm.
Good thing it didn't get your eyes.
Yeah.
My dad was making a hot link. He'd get the hottest hot links he could, and then he would put Tabasco and all sorts of hot pepper shit as like on the frying pan. Well, all of a sudden we come in, he's like gasping for air, like poisoning himself with this like pepper concoction he made. So, got the air back in him, the color back in him. Ate that whole hot sausage.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because I put hot liquid in it or what. I mean, with the Vitamix, you can make soup. Like I'll make tomato soup, put tomatoes and herbs and everything in there, turn it, let it run for like 3 minutes, and it comes out pretty much like steaming hot. But whatever happened, wasn't a pretty sight.
Do you make it with them like little peppers that you were picking the other day?
Yeah.
Like you had the little red peppers you were showing?
Yep.
You make your sauce out of that?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, got habaneros and daddle peppers and all kinds of stuff growing out there. Just planted 30 more plants yesterday.
Damn. Something I keep meaning to want to do so bad. I used to love having a little garden.
Any of the spirits like hot sauce? There's some right there. The spirits like hot sauce? I heard spirits like spicy food. Is that true?
A spicy meatball.
I like a spicy meatball. Yeah, when I make my hot sauce, I usually wear gloves. And yeah, you get like 50 or 100 daddle peppers or something going in a big pot. Yeah, it's like tear gas in your house.
What did you mix in the garbage disposal, Debbie, that made pepper spray? I mean, I put pepper seeds in all the time.
No.
Was it just straight pepper seeds? Or like a cleanser with it? Like
yeah,
4 1 part water to 2 parts.
Yeah, I'm still screwing around with the recipes for this stuff. Like this is daddle pepper sauce. And for the amount of daddle peppers that I put in here, you would think this stuff would be like scalding hot, but it's not.
You're saying battle pepper?
Daddle.
Oh, daddle.
D-I-L.
I wonder if there's something you have to do to extract out the seeds, maybe. Like get the hotness out of the seed.
Well, a lot of people cut them and take the seeds out, but I put the whole pepper seeds and everything in there because the seeds have the seeds and the, like the embryos and the pepper have a lot of heat in them. But I put a shitload of daddle peppers in that batch of sauce. And it's got a little kick to it, but it's not what I would call like hot.
Is it because maybe your taste isn't back all the way yet?
I don't know.
Or-
Maybe I need. That's why I need people to try it. Yeah, when I got sick, I wasn't gonna make anything while I was sick. I just made a batch yesterday, day before yesterday. Yeah, I had a friend that he actually has a hot sauce company, and I went into his facility. It was a long time ago, and he would have daddle peppers like by the thousands, and they would freeze them and then grind them up in this big, huge, like an overgrown food processor, basically. And you had, when you went in that room, you had to wear like a full-on respirator and everything. And I walked in there one day without it, and yeah, it was like getting shot in the face with tear gas.
Oh my god.
It was rough. Word. What is the word? We got about 15 minutes left, Spirits. You got any other messages you want to get out to us? Yes.
Right, I'm just taking it.
Spirits, Debbie wants to know if Archangel Azrael is helping her with her mediumship. Is it just me, or did I just hear it pretty much say something like
You
Evan?
heard me.
Burn it up now.
All right, I'm going to ask you the question again. Debbie wants to know if Archangel Azrael is helping her with her mediumship. Do the spirits have any comments on that?
Water change to conceptive to do this. Wind changing is yeah. I was just saying too. Not enough. After I. To find like a gust. Sorry, fire.
Get him.
Get them. Anybody else in the chat have any questions they want me to ask?
Oh, which Matt stopped in? I missed it.
Matt Payne was in.
Oh, I missed Matt Payne.
The ends, especially.
Heard number 9.
Number 9. Number 9. Number 9.
Going down.
Ladies lingerie.
Almost.
Was Aerosmith, right?
Is it just me, or does anybody else hear it saying "fuck you"?
Yeah, I'm hearing something like that.
I've heard that like 3 times now.
It's gonna run. Almost. We can give you.
My eyeballs feel hot.
I'll tip them up here. Run. I think you're all right.
Oh, cool. Sherry, you asked for a word that you heard?
So short scissors.
Why do you guys keep saying 9? What's significant about 9?
You like match with her and show that they match just to make sure. Not a single.
Yeah, I keep hearing 9 over and over.
Beautiful.
What is the significance of 9? Like September? Or a number?
Yeah, maybe it's 9/11 coming up.
Do you spirits remember 9/11? The World Trade Center, Twin Towers.
Ma, I think I'm now. Here, let's see.
I wonder what this year's 9/11 is going to be like.
Hard to believe that was 20 years ago.
And still, like, all of us remember exactly what we were doing.
I remember getting up and I'm sitting on the edge of the bed and I'm watching it and I'm going, is this shit a movie? Is this real?
I was waking up for my first day at a new job, and came in as they were talking about the first one. I'm watching like, what? And then all of a sudden the people are getting freaked out. In the second one, it was like, oh hell. Going into work the first day, there was like a bunch of people in the brokerage that had family that worked in there, and one woman couldn't find her son, and it was horrible.
Yeah.
It was like the worst first day ever.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember, what was it, a Challenger when that blew up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a trip too. It's like, it's like I was saying earlier, like, the kids at that birthday party. There's just certain things that happen to you in life that you'll just never forget,
Exactly.
90-something years old, and, you may have forgot what you ate for lunch, but you're going to remember, that time when the world changed, or a guy got his arm ripped off right in front of you, or
Yeah.
I remember when I was 7 years old and that alligator pulled that lady in the pit trying to eat her. Well, cool. We're back with Weird Wednesday. I hadn't felt good. Jamie hadn't felt good. But we're, like Timex. Keep on ticking.
Yeah. Gotta keep pushing forward.
Yeah. There was a couple days there where I didn't care if I ticked anymore or not. I was like, just let me die right here. But yeah, I'm glad to be on the upside. So we got Paranormal Soup coming up Sunday. It looks like Dr. Kimberly McGeorge is going to be the guest. I could tell you something about her, but I don't know anything about her whatsoever. So it'll be a surprise. I'm sure Jason does because he does all the research on them guests. I don't see how you read the damn book so fast
Yeah.
or has the time to read a book. That's what I should say. 2 kids and a full-time job. How does he have time to read a damn book? How does that work? Is it magic? Does he's got some kind of time slip thing? But anyways, that's about to wrap it up for us. And yeah, Rose, I'm glad I feel better too. Because there was a few days there where, man.
Yeah, it was getting kind of scary.
Yeah. I had I was telling Jamie I had a massive, like one night I had a massive, I don't know if you want to call it an anxiety attack or a panic attack or what, but I couldn't breathe and I was like losing my mind. It's weird how something like that can affect you, like both physically and mentally. It was working on my old medulla oblongata. Pretty hardcore. I was freaking out one night. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to find some drugs and take them and pass the hell out.
That's crazy.
That's the only time I felt good is when I was sleeping. It was like, I just want to be unconscious.
Yeah, and then you wake up and it's like you have that first like 15 seconds of like opening your eyes and you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know if I feel good or bad. It's bad.
Yeah. And you're like trying to remember what's going on, like all, waking up out of a dream thinking it's like what kind of a day, and it's like, oh, reality.
Yeah. And I had this fever and when you have a fever, you get those weird ass dreams. It was like Groundhog Day. I just kept like having the same thought run through my head. And I'm like, I am going mentally insane. I'm like, there's part of me that knew I was being crazy, but the other part of me was like, kept having this just over and over and over. And like, this is not making any sense. Why do I keep dreaming this? Why do I keep thinking this?
That had to be the fever.
Yeah. Yeah, not fun. Sometimes I get a fever and it's like you just have these crazy ass Mr. Toad's Wild Ride dreams. Those are cool, but those
yeah, you get a little bang for the bonus.
Yeah, like 51st dates or something. It's like just over and over and over.
If I gotta be sick, I feel like crap, I might as well be tripping.
Exactly. Might as well dream about walking through cotton candy fields and, riding giant
lollipop rainbows.
Yeah. Hanging out with the Lizard King or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, delirium had set in big time. It was not good. It was like a bad trip. The drugs kicked in about the time we reached Barstow. We're in bat country.
Oh no.
I saw my dead grandmother climbing up my leg with a knife in her mouth. Yeah. Anyways, enough of that nonsense. We're gonna check out. It's checkout time. So
we did it.
We will see y'all next Wednesdays for another episode of Weird Ass Wednesday. And I might see some of you on Sunday. Paranormal Soup. Other than that, y'all have a good one. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for all the support. Because, without y'all, we'd just be hanging out here talking to each other. So, hope y'all have a great rest of the week. And love y'all. Talk to you later on. Bye-bye.